Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today what we're going to do is we're going to go over learning about Windows 10 for beginners. This training is made in a very easy to understand and easy to learn fashion, and the purpose of it is to teach you all the basics and even the more advanced things to learn about Windows 10. And we will be going over the taskbar today. So please like and subscribe, and there will be more great content to come. So first thing we want to do is discuss all the different parts of the taskbar. The taskbar is the bottom bar of your Windows page, and it by default will always stay visible even if you open different programs and things like that. On the taskbar there's multiple sections. The first section is the bottom left, which is the start menu. Then the next section is the Cortana search bar, and then the next section here is the programs and shortcuts in the middle area. And then the very bottom right section is your system tray, this part right here. And then even farther to the right is your notifications sections of the start menu. So first thing we're going to go into is the start menu itself. So if we click on the start menu here, you'll notice three main sections. There's this left section here. And when I move the mouse over it, it will actually expand the contents within it to describe what they are. Then there's the middle section here, and then there's the right section here. Looking at the left section, it mainly has a few basic things: the power to be able to turn your computer off, settings for your Windows settings, and then pictures and documents, which are just a shortcut to the particular folders where those are located, and then the user profile access right there. And then in the middle section what we have is we have a list alphabetically of all of your different programs that are on the computer. This includes all programs that is installed and future installed programs as well. You'll notice that there is a scroll bar, but sometimes it's hard to see. In order to be able to scroll down on this, you can move your mouse over to the little vertical line over here, and then the scroll bar will get wider for you to be able to scroll down. And then the right section of the start menu is a customizable section. So you can almost fully customize every detail of everything that's over here. So first of all, we can look at the text here. And when I move my mouse over it, this little horizontal bars appear. I can click on those, and then it gives me the ability to change the texture, the text here. So that's the first thing we can see. Then the next thing we'll be able to see is any of these icons down here, they can be moved or customized as well. So you can click and hold with the left mouse button and then drag them to a different spot if you would like. You can right click with the right mouse button on them, and it gives you other options like changing the size of the icon. It gives you the ability to pin it to the taskbar, which is this bar on the very bottom here, and all sorts of other features in there as well. So there's a bunch of things that you can do with all the different icons in the start menu. The start menu is commonly used for many different things because it does have access to all of your programs and everything like that. So it is a very universally used or very commonly used on your Windows 10 computer. So the next thing we want to talk about is the search bar. This can also be considered called Cortana. Sometimes it'll say that in the bottom. So if we click on it, in this, the benefit of it is you can search for basically anything on your computer. You can search for files, you can search for pictures, you can search for programs as well. So for example, if I start to type something in the bottom bar here, it'll automatically start to fill up more information even though I haven't fully typed it in. But it'll show the best match for what I'm looking for. In this case, usually it's almost always the best match is what you're going to be looking for. And it'll just pop up right there, and you can open it just like that. But like I said, you can use it for documents and things like that as well. It's really good to find a file that you don't know where you placed it or something like that. All right, and the next section we have here is the bottom middle section of the taskbar, and where we can see our different files and programs and things like that. In the bottom and in the programs and shortcuts section here, what we have is you'll see basically all of your programs will appear in this section, and the programs that are either open or the programs that you have pinned to the taskbar will appear here. when a program is open, you'll notice that it has a little blue line at the very bottom of it there. And that means that the program is currently open and running. When it doesn't have a blue line, that just means it's a pinned there, and pinned really means that it's just a shortcut. So this one, for example, is just a shortcut down here, and these two are actually open on the computer as right now as we speak. And then we have the next section, which is the system tray. So the system tray is this section right here. System tray has multiple different things that are kind of beneficial and good to know. Basically, these are just showing what is currently running on the computer, and it's kind of like a little settings shortcut to that particular feature. So for example, this one here is the battery. It shows how much battery you have if you're using a laptop. This one here is your internet or your Wi-Fi, and it'll actually show the little bars like that indicating that it's connected to the internet. And then this one here, this is to be able to expand the menu to show all the other parts that are running on the computer, and so we can see them all running right there as well. The most important ones in this tab are going to be the speaker, to be able to control your speaker volume or to mute the speaker. And if you click on that, you can see that come up. The Wi-Fi or the internet connection. Sometimes this will show like this, which means it's Wi-Fi. Sometimes it'll be a circle icon, which means that it's not connected to the internet. It'll show a little globe with a circle icon on it. And then the third one that'll show up is a little like a computer screen with a little plug on it. And that means you are connected by a wire through an internet connection directly by wire. And if you click on this icon or the other two icons that I described, it'll show a list of the available Wi-Fis. And it'll also have a couple other things down below here. This icon here, you can disable your Wi-Fi. This is airplane mode for if you're actually going onto an airplane. Be cautious though, if this airplane is turned on, it can actually disable your internet. So I don't recommend pressing that. And another thing regarding that, if you ever notice a little airplane down here and you're having issues with internet not working, it's most likely because of that airplane mode. And that brings me to the next section, which is our notifications here. In our notifications, you can see that there is a list of all sorts of different icons here, and these are all little shortcuts to enable or disable features on your computer. And airplane mode is right there, and that gives you the option to be able to enable it or disable it from your computer. The other thing that we have here is the time and date. In the time and date, there's a couple things that are important. Usually if you get a new computer, it might have the incorrect time or something that's wrong with it. In order to fix that, you can right click with the right mouse button on it, and then you go up to adjust date and time. And then in here, in order to adjust it, usually all you have to do is disable the automatic time zone temporarily. So we turn that off. We scroll down to the time zone, and then you just switch it to your particular time zone. And then we go back to set time zone automatically, and then we are basically all set to go, and the time will automatically be the proper time based off of what you have set on your particular time zone. And so that's basically it for the taskbar. The taskbar is going to be a very commonly used thing and have a lot of different things that are going to be very beneficial for you. And so that's it for our video for today. All of this actually is from my website. I have a website called Explore This Now, and you'll notice on it, on my website, that it's going to have all sorts of different things that are on it and some really neat stuff. And this particular content is under computers, and then within computers, it's under Learn How to Use Windows 10 for Beginners. And then this has all sorts of information, exactly what we've been talking about, and all the different features. And there's going to be a lot more content as well added to it frequently. So go ahead and like and subscribe and check out my website at explorethisnow.com. There will also be a link to it in the description. And thank you for watching my video.